welcome to the Goldie, the land of sick chicks and filthy pits. A place where the sand pumps, the clubs pump, and you can... yeah, you'll be right, mate. Radical Times on the Gold Coast is a board rider's guide to this magical place. From Snapper to Stratty, we're going to show you how to do the Goldie right. Okay, let's begin. This here is Coolangatta, home of the Superbank, and home to a multicultural mini-metropolis. While on the Gold Coast, make this your home base. It's got heaps of places to stay, from seedy motels to skyscraping penthouses. Situated at the top of the Superbank, you can literally jump straight into a good time at Snapper Rocks. Just time it right, mate. Kira, the iconic sand-bottom right-hander that can burn your legs, break your board and give you the tube of your life. Sometimes all on the one wave. We didn't score it at its full potential, but have a look, it was still heaps of fun. Back at Snapper? Nah, mate, this is the alley in Currumbin. On a normal day, it's a fun point break, but when it's on, it's for real. Thick tubes that explode behind the rock. Some waves are impossible to make, which doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Currumbin is also home to a beautiful rainforest. You can take a hike, swim in a waterfall, slide down the rocks, or just kick back and enjoy the serenity. You might even see a koala. Yeah, nah, probably not. Don't worry, she'll be right. Just stroll down the road to the Currumbin Wildlife Sanctuary and you'll be guaranteed to spot koalas, kangaroos and a swag of other legendary Australian animals. Speaking of legendary, here's Mark Richards at the predecessor to modern professional surf contests, the 1977 Stubbies Pro at Burleigh Heads.
I think then Burleigh was considered the best wave on the Gold Coast, and also then there was no such thing as a superbank. Snapper, Rainbow and Greenmount were all three separate waves.
The event drew a crowd of 20,000 people, offered a record-breaking prize purse and introduced the man-on-man competitive format. So, who won?
I tried to walk, through this crowd head down, and Paul Hallis lunged out of the tent, virtually in the face, and sort of screamed at me, and he screamed, MP's gonna fucking kill you out there. I remember thinking to myself, well, you're a fucking rocket scientist, aren't you? You're not telling me anything I don't know.
Yeah, so Michael Peterson took that one. No worries for MR though. He won it 2 years later, and generations of surf contests were born in the process. Maybe you were there in 77, or maybe you were still decades away from being born. Either way, check out the Quicksilver Pro Gold Coast. It's on every March at the Superbank, and it's stop number 1 on the World Tour of Surfing, an event not to miss. Tired of going right? Yeah, nah, neither were we. But heck, the Goldie has plenty of beachies, from Palmy to Surfers Paradise. Just pick a peek and go. Lucky for you, mate, the Gold Coast has been a mecca for foam and fiberglass for decades. From guys like Dick Van Stralen and Murray Burton to modern mowers like Jason Stevenson and Darren Handley. Be a fool not to pick up a board or four when you're here. Just ask 6 times world champion Steph Gilmore.
There's plenty of good shapers on the Gold Coast, but there's none better than Darren Hanley.
Not ready for a custom? Maybe grabbing a board off the rack is more your style. This is the Quicksilver Board Riders store in Cooley, where they've got all sorts of shapes and sizes. Twin fins, no fins, 3 fins, 1 fins, even boards with wheels. The Gold Coast concrete is perfect for those days without waves. You can skate Toogan, Eleonora, Pizzey Park, or go off the beaten track and find a ramp to yourself in the bush. Don't mind the mozzies, mate. Surfers. This joint's like a mini Las Vegas, except instead of miles of barren desert, it's surrounded by world-class waves. You'll find all sorts around here. The good, the bad and the beautiful. While you're in town, you might as well stay a little longer and dive into a night out. The Goldie's got some cracker feeds. There's cuisine from all over the world here. But if you really want to taste Australia, hit the bakery for a pie or a sausage roll or tuck into a palmy at the pub. Okay. Time to surf all that off, mate. What's the perfect complement to kilometres or world-class points? If you said heaps of chicks and a hell time, you're not wrong. But kilometres of thumping and pumping A-frame peaks was the answer we were looking for. And that's just what Stradbroke Island's got. You can paddle across the inlet, or take a ferry, or make friends with someone who has a ski. Just find a way, because you'd be kicking yourself if you miss this. Convinced yet? You should be. The Gold Coast has everything. Waves, women, wildlife and wildlife. So if you're looking for a radical time, the Gold Coast won't disappoint. Now go make it happen, mate. We'll see yous here. Well, maybe not right here. You probably won't be staying at my house. Or yeah, maybe you will. Who knows? I'll just see you when I'm looking at you, mate.